Hi guys, welcome back on board of the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about Polygon and what previously known as Matic, now known as only Po. What Polygon is all about, what makes it unique. We're going to talk some chart analysis, Polygon compared to the dollar, to USD, Polygon compared to BTC, to the Bitcoin chart. We're also going to talk about some traditional markets, S&P 500, where they're heading today and where they're going to end up by the end of the week. We also, of course, we're going to start today's show with the Bitcoin chart, the godfather of all coins. And this is the biggest single indicator of where potentially all the crypto markets were heading. So let's get started, guys. As I've said, let's just start with the Bitcoin chart. And as I've told you, that in my personal opinion, we're heading for a correction and potentially to prices of around 82,000. Why do I think so? Because nothing goes in a straight up line. So for November, you just have to see this absolutely crazy upside momentum from 66,000 all the way to almost 100,000. And as I've said, I had two scenarios in my head that we're gonna break out. Initially, I said that when everyone is thinking that we're gonna go above 100,000 and their own mother, then the correction will start and potentially test this previously huge yearly resistance that we've tested in April of 2021 at price of around 64,000, and we've tested it in November of 2021 at price of around 69,000. We tested at the beginning of this year in March at price of around 73,000, and as I've said, we managed to snap on the upside last month in November, and from 66,000 we didn't even have a proper pullback to all the way to 100,000. So I think correction will be healthy. So that's what I was thinking. Just we're gonna hit price between 97 98,000. We actually overextended to 99,500, almost 100,000, and now we're at the cusp of this correction and potentially heading to 82,000. Test this previous yearly resistance line, we turn it into support, and then we're going to have more continuation of the trend. Or the other scenario was to actually go above 100, potentially to 109,000, and then the correction to start. But I think the correction has already started. We're heading for 82,000. Of course, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. And before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research. Because as I've said, this is not a financial advice. So potentially we'll drop to 82,000. We test this previous yearly resistance line. We turn it into support. And then we're going to have more continuation of the trend. And potentially by the end of the year or early next one, by end of January, we hit prices for above 110,000. This is just all in the charts. Let's see how exactly it's going to play out. Of course, you can clearly see there's then huge correction coming. And if something like that plays out, a lot of people are going to be shaken off. A lot of people are going to think that we're in a bear market. But in my personal opinion, this is just going to be a huge correction. We're going to find the bottom, and then we're going to have a continuation of the trend and potentially hitting higher prices for BTC. This is just something in the chart. This is something that is my theory that potentially can play out. I mean, let's see. When it comes to S&P 500, if you've been following my channel, I mean, I've been nothing but right since here. I've told you an ABC correction, just a correction, like some of these big YouTubers were calling for a bear market. We're going to the abyss, and I've said no. The structure remains bullish. I'm anticipating a huge bounce back, a V-shaped recovery. I mean, turn back. I think my very first video was a V-shaped recovery, and that's exactly what we did at price of around 5,650, almost hit all-time high prices. And then I've told you a little bit of a pullback. We test this previous resistance line, acted twice as resistance. We turn it into support, and then we're going to have more continuation of the trend, potentially hit $6,000. We'll come back to this previous local top at 5,850. We'll turn it into support, this local top, and then we're going to have more continuation of the trend. And yeah, in the process, we actually formed a reverse head and shoulders, as you can clearly see. And measure from the head to the bottom here, the price target should be above 6,250. And this is something that I'm actually anticipating by the end of the year or early next one to go above 6,200, and potentially we can even go and test this huge yearly resistance line. And yeah, let's just take one trade at a time and see how exactly it's going to play out. But so far, so good. Let's just talk about Polygon and what Polygon Matic, previously known as Matic, is all about. As you can clearly see, we're having a quite of a upside momentum right now. But let's just talk about some fundamentals and market cap analysis. Um, when it comes to when it comes to fundamentals, I think Polygon is one of the most valuable coin out there because it has a huge ecosystem with so many decentralized applications built on it, such as decentralized exchanges, lending protocols, leverage trading platforms, augmented reality tokens, artificial intelligence coins, and so much more. I think there's over 200 million unique addresses subscribed to that network, and of course, according to the Meltdown Flowdown, what makes one network truly special, truly valuable is the people who actually want to join. The Polygon ecosystem token serves as a utility token within the expansive Polygon network. This digital asset plays a crucial role in facilitating a wide range of operations and services across the Polygon ecosystem. Its primary functions include staking, where token holders can lock up their tokens as a form of security and in return participate in the network's consensus mechanisms. This not only helps in securing the network but also rewards the stakeholders with additional tokens based on the amount staked. The potential for future value increase of the Polygon ecosystem token is tied to its wide array of use cases and the overall growth of the Polygon ecosystem. As the network expands and integrates more services and applications, the demand for the token is likely to rise, potentially impacting its value positively. It's important for individuals interested in the Polygon ecosystem token to conduct thorough research and consider various factors before making investment decisions. The cryptocurrency market is known for its volatility, and while the Polygon ecosystem token offers numerous utilities within its network, market dynamics can influence its value. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. No one can predict the future. As I've said, my prediction is that potentially we can break out of the all-time high and have full price discovery, and we can go to $10. Of course, this can potentially happen, but then again, another scenario is to actually go to this trend line, to never break it, and we go further down the abyss. So always be open-minded, always be level-headed, because this is not guaranteed. These markets can be very unpredictable. Just the way you think in Polygon is going higher, it can actually go to zero. So you never know. No one can predict the future, and again, that's not a financial advice. But my personal opinion is that Polygon has more upside momentum. At the time of recording this video, the market cap of a POL is around almost 5 billion, 4 billion and 930 million. The total supply is over 10 billion, and the circulated supply at this particular moment is 8 billion. So in order for Polygon to reach $1, we need 8 billion market capitalization at the time of recording, because the circulating supply is 8 billion. If we want Polygon to go prices of around $10, that will be market cap of around 80 billion. Now, dealing of theory probabilities, is that potentially possible? Is that actually possible? In my personal opinion, it is possible. It is not likely. It is not probable. It is possible. Why? Well, if you look at it back in 2021, the previous bull cycle, Dogecoin, which is a meme coin, of course, there's a lot of hype behind it, but Dogecoin went above 100 billion, and we're not even asking for 100 billion, or only 80 billion. Of course, that's a huge market cap. But look at XRP. I mean, it's pushing over 120 billion, and I don't know. XRP is a very valuable coin, no doubt. But Polygon also has a lot of fundamentals, and as I've said, huge ecosystem. And let's see how this bull cycle will play out. But potentially, it's possible for Polygon to go $10. And let me show you how potentially this thing can play out. What I'd like to see is to actually see more upside momentum. We're already double in price. Because in November we went below 30 cents at 28 cents, and we already went to 65 cents. So that's quite a good move. It's a good beginning. But what I'd like to see is to actually go and test this resistance line, potentially break it, and start taking out these local tops, because this resistance line is quite huge that we've tested here in February of 2022, We've tested it in March of 2022. We tested it in February of 2023. We've tested it again in March of 2024. So we had quite a lot of resistance here. So what I'd like to see is to actually go and test it again at price of above $1, potentially $1.10, and potentially start taking out these local tops. Perhaps we go to 110, we turn it into support, and then slowly but surely take out this local top at 130 and this local top at $1.60, and potentially there's not going to be after that much of resistance. And if we go, let's say, to price of above 160, 180, then I can clearly see we snap into all-time high price of around $3 quite quickly. Potentially we'll consolidate or correct for few weeks, or potentially few months, and that's how we can potentially form a reverse head and shoulders, which of course is a bullish signal. And if we go above $3 and have a full price discovery, we can easily go to higher prices and potentially end up prices of around $10, which will be market capitalization of around 80 billion. Again, this can be absolutely invalidated, like if something goes wrong, if the system, the blockchain system gets hacked somehow, and we just drop further in prices, and we can end up to zero. I mean, you never know with these markets; they're very unpredictable, as I've said. But my personal opinion, we have more upside momentum, and the Polygon is a valuable coin, in my personal opinion, of course. And compared to Matic, compared to the BTC, is what I'm seeing in these charts, that it's a huge channel pattern, that on the upside we've tested it in May of 2021, in November of 2022, and we almost got there in February of 2023. So we had quite a lot of history going to testing this upper trend line, and we actually went below that downward trend line, and we came back. So if we measure it from the down to the upside, the price target should be around 10x from what it is now, and that's compared to the Bitcoin. So that's even further than what it is. Potentially 15x, multiply around 60 cents what it is. The price right now, so around $9-10. Again, another confirmation that we can potentially end up to price of around $10. Of course, again, not a financial advice. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you for all the lovely comments. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to subscribe to my Patreon, that'll be absolutely amazing. With the most undervalued, underappreciated coins, the subscription comes. Some of them 50, 100x, not a financial advice. And if you subscribe, I'll get you my 2 books for absolutely free. My crypto guidebook and the other book, The Art of Chart Analysis, filled with very useful information of how to become a sophisticated trader and gain quite a lot of knowledge in the art of chart analysis. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Bye.